What's the weirdest, craziest conspiracy theory you have heard of? COVID was not a virus, it was actually the result of the Catholic Church lacing the world's water supply with king cobra venom in order to genetically transform the world's populace into snake-human-demon hybrids, thus preventing them from going to heaven. This was all because the scientific name of the king cobra and a piece of a bishop's mitre contained the word corona. The person who presented this theory apparently had no idea that corona just means crown in Latin. He was presumably too busy being contacted by God through fortune cookies he got from a Chinese restaurant. My friend and his dad are big conspiracy theorists. They listened to Alex Jones every day and believed him too. A couple of years ago it was on the news that some Navy SEALs and the PD SWAT were going to do a joint training exercise. Those two were convinced that it was all a ruse and that they were going to try and take over the city. So that day they didn't open their business and stayed home and armed themselves with every weapon they had and waited for an attack. Conspiracy 58. Basically, a conspiracy that the World Cup from 1958 never happened in Sweden as it was broadcast and it was a CIA psyop. The conspiracy is documented in a movie Conspiracy 58, which makes a very compelling case until at the very end of the credits, where it claims to be a work of fiction but the text only in Swedish. People legitimately believe this theory now. You know the captchas on certain websites you have to solve with all the stop signs, buses, bikes etc.? The reason it's asking to match street-specific photos is to not only prove you aren't a bot, but it's also going towards supporting the AI for self-driving cars. That every conspiracy theory exists. This has so many fear layers that it's not even funny. But my favorite layer of why this can't be real is because of the conspiracy. All conspiracy theories are fake. There's communities online of people with really poor facial recognition. So when a celebrity ages a bit, they cook up theories about how they were actually killed and replaced by a doppelganger. Recently TikTok kept giving bizarre suggestions where people trying to prove ice wall in Antarctica that Earth is bigger and something is hiding behind ice wall in Antarctica. WTH, that Gisele Bündchen is an actual witch and she ex Leonardo DiCaprio after they broke up so that he would never been able to date anyone older than she was when they broke up. For me, any of the ones about Jews and Israel controlling the world. As someone from that background, I would like to know how I can apply for my place in the secret council. Met a dude at the gym that believed that the CIA had built tunnels throughout the Earth's core, connecting all the major cities. Was some kind of global takeover scheme. Marilyn Manson had ribs removed to facilitate autofellatio, i.e. blow himself. Whoever started that rumor deserves a medal because it went everywhere. That Walt Disney was cryogenically frozen, and they made the movie Frozen so that when people googled Walt Disney Frozen theory would come up first. Check out RBBB why they believe that Bed Bath & Beyond is going to be resurrected by the GameStop CEO and that they will all become trillionaires. That birds are not real and are actually just surveillance for the government. It's a great eye-rolling experience. Snails don't exist. Apparently, there is someone out there putting shells on slugs to confuse people into believing that snails are real. Blood drinking, eating dead children by everyone that are not right-wing. You know the right wing, the Nationalist Socialist German Party. One that comes to mind is the idea that the moon landing was staged. Imagine NASA setting up a Hollywood-style production on the moon, smiley face. Latest one was how Hamas is controlled by Israel. Basically they bombed their own people to publicly justify invading Palestine. Traffic barrels are left up for so long because the Department of Transportation bought too many as no place to store them. Hamas didn't kill any civilians in their attack on Israel, only military targets. Nor did they rape and murder anyone. QAnon. All of it is insane. But the most crazy and unbelievable part is that they consider Trump to be a genius. Had a co-worker that fully believes the government controls the weather so celebrities can have nice weddings. One that an unfortunate amount of morons believe that Donald Trump actually won the 2020 election. Finnish independence got its start in a quasi-Masonic lodge. Except it is true Valhalla Society. Vince Foster was a warning to the Clintons to stop asking questions about JFK and aliens. That the Great Fire of London was actually started by a rat spontaneously combusting. David Hasselhoff has a massive testicular tumor the size of the Empire State Building. That only white people burned from the sun because Allah decided they were a mistake. That the most expensive Wayfair furniture is really a front for buying children. The Great Replacement Theory. It actually led to a couple of mass shootings. Your social security number indicates which bank you were sold to at birth. Mountain Dew kills sperm cells. I was 11 and I wouldn't drink the dew. Agent Scully and Mulder are on the case. The truth is out there. That Biden can stop the wars in the Middle East and refuses to.